So now we've learned what it's all about.
Yes.
In your eyes, when's the best way to start?
Okay.
Best way to be quiet at the beginning of the day, a weekend?
Whenever you get the time, basically, it's a case of if you actually giving yourself the time to do it is quite important. So if you find it's in the mornings, the evenings, whenever, take that time. I when I'm driving along, I can think about what I'm feeling and things like that, and that's fine. Not necessarily agreeing with tapping while you're driving along, but it's a time to think about it. But it's giving yourself that time. We aren't very good at doing that, but it's giving yourself the 5 minutes to think, well, actually, how am I feeling about this? And then taking that opportunity to tap at the same time. So any time, basically. That's the answer to that question.
Yes, fantastic. So it can be easy way to fit into our day.
Yes.
Even that's 5 minutes in between combination string EastEnders.
Yes.
I don't know.
Yeah, very much so. Very much so. Especially if something like EastEnders triggers a negative emotion inside of you, do the tapping. So.
I don't know. So yes.
Okay.
So where's the best way? What should we start with?
Well, the best thing to do would be to, like you say, sit quietly for a bit and think about your injury and what it's stopping you doing and how you feel about it, and make a few notes about it if you can, if you've got the opportunity to, and just sort of start to tap on that. So the way you would do it is, say for example, you're feeling angry and frustrated at your the fact that you can't run and that your foot is just hurting, and every time you try it's and it's just building up inside of you. So this is what I should say the gold standard way of doing it. So you would basically gauge it on a scale of 0 to 10. So 0 being I'm not angry at all, 10 being I'm really frustrated and angry. And you'd gauge it on that scale. So you've got something to work with. You then recognise where you feel that in your body. So where are you feeling that anger? It's like, some people feel it in their fists, some people feel it in their chest, whatever like that. Just recognise that, because you can add that into your tapping to make it more specific.
So quite often where you feel it is not actually the site of injury.
No, it's not. It's not. A lot of people feel a lot of things, Other symptoms of the fight, flight or freeze mode is quick breathing, tight chest, heart pounding, stomach gurgling, because they're all physiological results, again, of the fight, flight or freeze. So, tight muscles in the shoulders, they feel it, the tension in their shoulders, their jaw, all different sorts of places. They can feel different emotions. So recognise where it is in your body. And then you begin to tap on it, and you keep tapping until the level comes down so you're more relaxed about it. So if you can get it to a 0, that's brilliant. And then you recognise another emotion that you're feeling. So I'm feeling overwhelmed by all of this. I've got to do this. I've got to, do this rehab, and I've got to do this. And my friends are pressurising me, and all this sort of emotion. So work out the next major emotion, gauge it again, bring it down, and just gradually work through it and see how it goes. So, yes.
Perfect. So, should we start with the emotion of hating the injury?
Okay. Well, would you like to be my demonstration model?
I will be your model for today.
Knowing how you've been injured and stuff. So hate in your injury, so your part of your body that's annoyed. On a scale of 0 to 10, how much do you hate that injury?
Let's go for 8.
An 8. And where do you feel that hate in your body?
I hate the injury site.
Yes.
But I think I always feel it in my belly.
Okay, so what sort of sensations in your belly?
I always feel, I guess, a bit like seasick.
Okay, so seasick.
So it's not quite balancing.
Okay.
The fluid is not sitting nicely.
Okay, so you're recognising the fact that you hate it because it's stopping you from running, and you're trying so hard to sort everything out and it's not happening. Okay. So if I do a quick run through of what tapping is.
Perfect.
And then we go from there. So basically, they're acupuncture points. So you start on your karate chop, which is here. So this is, if you were to do a karate chop, it's the fleshy bit next to your finger.
Okay.
And it doesn't matter if you swap sides at all in the middle, and you can do it like that, but that's a bit awkward. So I always start here. Okay. And we say here what's known as a setup phrase. So this is the phrase that's like tuning your energy in. So it's like tuning a radio into a station. And we say something along the lines of, even though I'm feeling this anger, I still accept myself, okay?
Even though I'm feeling this anger, I still accept myself.
Okay. So it's a sort of like recognising what emotion you're feeling, but accepting yourself for that emotion, you know, and it's okay. There's no judgment there at all, okay? And you say this 3 times. So even though I'm feeling this anger about my injury,
even though I'm feeling this anger about my injury,
I still accept myself.
I still accept myself.
Even though I feel this anger about my injury,
even though I feel my anger about this injury,
I am okay.
I am okay.
All right. So then basically the points are on your face, okay? So you come up to your eyebrow, and it's the inside of your eyebrow. Again, it doesn't matter if you swap sides, or you can actually do both together. And at each of these points, you say what is known as a reminder phrase. It's just basically keeping yourself tuned into what we're working on. So in this case, it's this anger about this injury.
This anger about this injury.
The next point is the outside bit, the bony bit of your eye.
Yep.
This anger about my injury.
This anger about my injury.
Okay. Now it's the bony bit under your eye. This anger about my injury.
This anger about my injury.
Okay. Now it's the dent under your nose. So this anger about my injury.
This anger about my injury.
Now it's the dent in your chin. This anger about my injury.
This anger about my injury.
Okay. Now if you just sort of tap your collarbones, this anger about my injury.
This anger about my injury.
Now it's under your armpit. So basically where ladies' bra straps are, or a couple of inches under their arms for men. So again, this anger about my injury.
This anger about my injury.
Okay. And then the top of your head. This anger about my injury.
This anger about my injury.
Okay. Now sometimes we do a few rounds on that. Okay. So take a deep breath. Okay, and then we go back and we gauge how angry you're feeling about it, okay? So when you think about it now, how angry do you feel about your injury now?
Just over 6?
Just have to, so it's come down a little bit.
Yes.
So sometimes it might stay the same. Sometimes it may actually go higher to begin with, because that's to do with us actually tuning into our emotion and how we're feeling about it, okay? So then we go on, so because we've worked on this already, we'll carry on again with another round. We're starting at our eyebrows, okay?
Okay.
And we just start to talk about what it is that's going on. So this anger about my injury.
This anger about my injury.
I'm feeling it in my stomach.
I'm feeling it in my stomach.
Like a seasickness.
Like a seasickness.
I'm desperate to run.
I'm desperate to run.
And it's not there.
And it's not there.
It's stopping me from running.
It's stopping me from running.
And that is so angry and frustrating.
That's so angry and frustrating.
It really annoys me.
It really annoys me.
I've tried so much.
I've tried so much.
And I'm not getting there.
And I'm not getting there.
It's really frustrating.
It's really frustrating.
All of this anger.
All of this anger.
Towards my injury.
Towards my injury.
Feeling it in my stomach.
Feeling it in my stomach.
This anger towards my injury.
This anger towards my injury.
Choosing to relax.
Choosing to relax.
Okay, take a deep breath now. Okay, and how's that feeling now on a scale of 0 to 10?
Definitely much calmer. Definitely about a 5, and the fluid seems to be a bit more settling.
Okay. So you can see that actually an emotional response in your body is having a physiological effect on you. So the more and more tapping you would do, you would bring that down as much as you can to 0. Sometimes there might be anger involved from something else that's gone on. So for example, if it was created by an accident, the anger at the person that caused the accident, or you at yourself for having the accident, or whatever. So you would then work with that anger as well to gradually bring it down to 0. And then you pick the next emotion and you work with that, and so on and so forth until you're more and more relaxed. And then when you get to sort of like a 5 or down, you can start tapping in the positive. So if we tap in the some positive now, okay? So I'm choosing to let this anger go.
I'm choosing to let this anger go.
It's not helping me.
It's not helping me.
All of this anger.
All of this anger.
Letting it go.
Letting it go.
Calming my stomach down.
Calming my stomach down.
Letting this anger go.
Letting this anger go.
Forgiving anyone who may have helped.
Forgiving anyone who might have helped create it.
Choosing to relax.
Choosing to relax.
Okay, take a deep breath. Okay, so how's that feeling now?
Still a 5.
Still a 5. So
because it's also, I think, you then admitting and having to have the strength to admit that you're going to accept things.
Okay. So again, this is all areas to work with. But what you do is you just literally, what comes into your head when you're doing it yourself, is now you would now tap by saying those things that are coming into your head. You would start to, I call it a ramble. So it's like, I'm having to admit this, I haven't got the strength to do this. And you'd carry on like this, and then you'd bring in about whatever the accident was, if it was an accident or the thing that went on, and quite often with the tapping, it brings up memories of things that might be causing it. So a person. So you say someone's a pain. I've got a pain in my bum. Maybe that person is the pain in the bum, and there's stuff with them that's not resolved that you can then tap on, and it's sort of a bit like a treasure hunt.
Okay.
So you start one way and you follow the clues, and whatever comes into your head, you tap on it, and you keep working with it and keep working with it until everything sort of comes down and you gradually relax. So yeah, I mean, do you want me to talk about my tapping session I had during the week?
Yeah.
What did it?
Yeah.
I mean, I've had an issue with my calves and my running, and it's made me very stressful about running. Full stop. I'll run one day and I'll have a really good run, and I'll run the next day and I can't physically run. My calves are so tight. And last week I wanted to run, and I was so stressed about actually going out and running that I thought I need to do some tapping. So I started tapping on it, and it was my fear of running I started with. And gradually my thought process went of letting down my running partner. So I started to tap on that. And it literally then led to my fear of never being able to run again, my fear of my loss of my social life with my running, and all of these different events I gradually tapped through until I felt more relaxed. It was even panic in there, a panic of never being able to run again. So my breathing was affected. And actually I did all that tapping, I felt a lot calmer. And when I ran, I actually ran, and I had a good run for me. And this is how much it can affect you. So just my example.
Yes.
All right.
So possibly you could do a long tapping session and clear it all out.
Yeah.
And then maybe people can do a short session if they're anxious about stepping out the door.
Yes. So short session of stepping out the door, even though I'm feeling this anxiety, I don't know what's going to happen. Maybe I can choose to relax, I'll be okay. This anxiety, I really don't know what's going to happen, I'm really worried about it. And, all this sort of stuff, just the quick thoughts of what's going on. Even when they're sort of stood with somebody, they can just tap their hands, tap their chest. I'm feeling a bit anxious.
Possibly, maybe on that first few runs back, you can actually run with just tapping your hand. Because it wouldn't affect your motion too much.
Not if you're doing it fairly gently, or, tapping here. I quite will tap here sometimes when I'm running and I'm feeling a bit anxious. Or there's even areas that I hate to run because I just don't like running that area.
Yeah.
And I find my running struggles along that area, and I can tap there. And I forgot to mention, you can also tap on the actual physical pain.
Okay.
So the physical pain, of that injury, what kind of pain is it? Is it sharp? Is it stabbing? Is it aching? And you tap with that, and that will gradually help to alleviate it as well. You can even go to, what emotion have I got in that pain? Is it anger in there that's stabbing my pain all the time?
Yeah.
Is it hatred of this part of my body, which is literally like stabbing that part of your body all the time, isn't it?
Yes.
I hate you, I hate you, I hate you, I hate you. So you're going to create the pain. So it's that way of doing it as well. So that you can come at it from so many different angles with the tapping. So yes. So
Sounds really interesting.
Thank you.
It does sound really interesting. And Tracey also helps you work with a lot of students as well.
Yeah, and their exam stress and things.
Calm down their exam stress.
Yes.
And, exam stress, running stress, work stress, it's all the same.
It is all the same. It does bring all the physiological same changes in your body. So, yes.
Well, perfect. Well, Tracey has also got a homework sheet, and we'll attach the link to the video as well. If you want any more information or see Tracey personally, I do recommend it. It's just another way to deal with anything in your life. Running, stress, work, family, Christmas.
Yes.
We won't mention that, countdown already started by some people.
No.
But you can find her via the Facebook page, The Real You, but we'll also put her personal details on as well. And if you need any injury advice, running advice, then obviously find me at bodymasterplan.com, and my details are below. Thank you very much again, Tracey.
Thank you very much. Loved it.
Perfect.